Hey, today I'm going to show you in 2 minutes how to create this magnifying hover effect in Webflow using custom CSS. Now, of course, this is inspired by the actual native Apple doc here at the bottom. I've turned off the magnification, but we're going to do that in this demo. In Webflow, I've already set up my structure to be a nav list with a horizontal flex wrapper, and inside there is a bunch of nav items, and each of them have a CSS transition property on the width of 400 milliseconds and some nice easing. Because the width is what we'll be changing in this demo. So make sure to open up a custom embed and to put in some opening and closing style tags so we can write CSS. Now we're going to start by selecting the one that we're actually hovering by saying nav item hover, open some squiggly brackets and say change its width to be 7 EMs. Now if we open that in the demo, we see that the one that we're currently hovering is 7 EM. To find the element that is sitting right next to it, we're going to say on nav item hover, put in a CSS plus sign, which is a selector for the element coming right after it. And we're going to find for the element with the class of nav item because it has the same class. And we're going to set its width to be 6 EM. If we check that out, we see that the current next item is being changed in size as well. We can repeat that process to find another element after that, and maybe we can set its width to be 5.5 EMs. And now we see we're nicely scaling 3 elements on hover. To do the one going backwards, unfortunately CSS does not have a very easy way like we have the plus sign to find the previous element. Fortunately, with the nice new CSS has selector, we can sort of reverse engineer it and think a bit differently. So we're going to say if a nav item has a sibling that is currently being hovered, then set its width to be 6 EMs. So we can nicely copy that. And now we see that the previous element is also being changed in size. To find the one in front of that one, we're going to duplicate this over here. And we're going to say if the sibling has a sibling with the class of nav item, and that one has a sibling that's being hovered, then change that size to 5.5 EM. And there you have it. We got this cool magnifying hover effect in Webflow using custom CSS.